Good people, it's your boy Delboy here from Wrestling's Indy Takers. Today I am joined by an absolute amazing, esteemed, you can say inevitable guest if you want. I'm joined by one half of the TNA Tag Team Champions, Ace Austin. How's it going, my guy?
I am fantastic. I appreciate that intro. Yeah, three-time X Division champion, three-time tag team champion. We are on the road.
That is amazing. So just a quick question, just to as a little icebreaker. So when for this interview, what are your top three songs that you listen to at the moment for like a gym workout?
I'm a big shuffle guy. Personally, I like to always keep my phone, because I don't want to have to spend a bunch of time deciding what I want to listen to. So everything in my phone is something that I like. So I just put it on shuffle and let it rock. But there are some songs that I like to repeat when they play because they just make me feel something. And honestly, a lot of those songs recently have been by none other than Chris Bey himself. He Man, he's talented. He's definitely a very good artist. Because sometimes a song plays and I gotta run it back. So yeah, I like to have Chris Bey on the playlist. I like to listen to show tunes. Actually, I'm really big on show tunes. Before I was wrestling, I was really big into musical theater. And if I had some time outside of my schedule, I would still be doing that because that really, oh man, that meant a lot to me, and it was so much fun. It was so fulfilling to be a part of big shows like that. But nothing equates the feeling of pro wrestling, and so this is where my heart is for sure. But yeah, show tunes are another one that when they, because I like to sing and move around, and singing gets me hype. So I like that, yeah. And Guns N' Roses. Guns N' Roses is my favorite band of all time. So anytime Guns N' Roses come on, I pretty much never skip a Guns N' Roses song. You won't catch me doing that.
So just wanted to quickly talk about how you got your start into wrestling. You trained under the legendary Wild Samoans. As everyone knows, they've got deep connection to people within wrestling history. What was that experience like for you, and how did it shape your foundation as a wrestler?
It shaped everything. The foundation is obviously very important. You can start from bad roots, and you can work really hard, and you can break bad habits, and you can work your way up and learn that way. But a strong foundation is going to set you up for nothing but success. I mean, think about the pressure and the stress that that we are under sometimes. And if you have a strong foundation, you're going to go back to those second nature kind of roots that you've built, that are instilled in you. And I can quite literally wrestle in my sleep. I have done it. I've been knocked out cold, and I wrestled a 15-minute match. It's on YouTube. Actually, I wrestled a 15-minute match unconscious because of those strong foundations. I really feel like it's because of those strong second nature foundations I was able to just get through the match with that muscle memory, that second nature. And my girlfriend tells me all the time that in my sleep, I'm trying to lock up. I twitch and I move in my sleep. And she says that I've chopped her before in my sleep. So it's really ingrained in me, and I think a lot of that has to do with that foundation that I learned. And it was brutal. You had to earn it. They didn't let you just walk in the door and and just do it. You had to earn it. We had to do hundreds of squats. And thankfully the push-ups and the sit-ups and stuff weren't that extreme, but the squats were very important, again, because that foundation in mind. The legs are the foundation of the body. Your base is the foundation of your support system as an athlete. And so we would have to do sometimes 500, sometimes 300 squats before training. And then we'd have to run around and we'd have to wrestle. And it created this never say die attitude it created this ability for me to kind of just go when I feel like I can't go anymore.
You mentioned the word foundation. When I've been watching you for maybe about 5-6 years, and I'll definitely say you've been one of like the foundations and staple members of the X Division for years, showcasing your skills. How do you feel your time within the X Division helped shape your overall wrestling career?
I really am. I'm so proud of everything that I've been able to do up to this point. I'm like 9.5 years in the game, and every step that I've taken was a step in the right direction. I've made the most out of everything that's been put in front of me, and each phase of my career shaped me in some way. It's been such an unbelievable journey. Like that incredible foundation I got with the Samoans opened up doors for me to jump on the road so quickly. And then I spent a bunch of time on the East Coast, and then that opened up doors for me in the Midwest. And so I moved out to the Midwest, and I grew, and I just kept growing and growing and growing. And I made all these connections all over the place. And then three years and 2 months into my career, my connection with the Samoans pays off because I get a phone call to come in and do 205 Live and whatnot. And so I did that in 2018. And then things really exploded for me after that. I did some stuff with MLW shortly after that. And then Impact TNA took an interest, and I got the opportunities there. And it really became clear that TNA was the place that I wanted to land, especially that young in my career, 21 years old, whatever it was at the time. So then coming here and reshaping who I am, because the landscape was different when I signed with TNA. I wasn't just like a young, hot, kid on the independents anymore. If I wanted to be successful, if I wanted to prove something in the big leagues, I kind of had to change my attitude. And so that happened quickly. I quickly saw, what I needed to do to really grab the brass ring, and the haircut and I dyed my hair purple, and I really went for it, and it paid off huge. 8 months into my career with TNA, boom, ladder match, Bound for Glory, 2019. I grabbed that X Division title, and then everything changed. It set me up for, that is my foundation, really. That we're talking about foundation. Winning the X Division title so early in my run gave me such a strong foundation to be a pillar, a champion, a face of this company.
I feel like we can continue on with, especially even just speaking about your X Division run. I'll definitely say one of your best feuds was with Chris Bey, and then transitioning from being an X Division standout to now becoming in a tag team with Chris Bey. How has that journey been like for you?
Man, that's so funny you ask, because Chris Bey's first opportunity to get looked at by TNA was an explosion match against me in California. And it was awesome. It's really awesome to go back and watch that, because I was in that mindset of like establishing who I was and the dominance that I intended to bring. And he brought something to me at a time when I didn't want to be tested, and then when he joined the company, I remember being so offended, or maybe just upset. I remember being so bothered by him coming in and getting X Division title shot right off the bat. Because I think when he came in, I was trying to get the X Division title for the second time.
Yeah.
I'd had it once, and then I was chasing it the second time when he came in, and all of a sudden he was in the mix. And I was sitting there like, oh man, who does he think he is coming in here and get a title shot? But look at what I did. I said, 8 months in, I had that opportunity and I took it. And so, even though obviously as a competitor, it bothered me, you can't hate, you can't hate the player. You got to hate the game. So it's so cool to come back around and for us to end up in Bullet Club in different ways as well.
Yeah.
Totally different. It's not like, oh, both of these guys are here, that we're going to recruit them both. It was like Jay White and Chris Bey developed a relationship. And so Chris Bey was recruited. And then a full year, or a year and a half passes before, I think that's maybe how Jay got his eyes on me, was coming in and recruiting Chris Bey and spending time with Chris Bey in the locker room. I feel like that's kind of how I got scouted, and then all that happened later. So we end up in Bullet Club, totally different paths, and then I come back from Best of Super Juniors, part of Bullet Club, X Division champion. The first thing I have to do when I come home from Japan, I'm not even home for a week.
Yeah.
And I have to defend the X Division title at Slammiversary in an Ultimate X match. And unfortunately I lost. But that led, that opened the door for me and Chris to link up, because we found ourselves on common ground all of a sudden. And I think part of the reason we've been so successful is because we were such great adversaries. We were able to play well against each other. And so now when we join up, we get to cover each other's bases. We get to enhance each other's strengths. Yeah, it's been an unbelievable ride. Both of us just have such a hunger to succeed that even though we both want a spotlight on ourselves, we both have that desire inside of us to have a spotlight on ourselves. We recognize when something works, and we know how to chase success when the path is laid. And so that's what we're doing now. It's really our relationship has been so parallel and so, so intersected in so many ways. It's really, really, it's going to be such an amazing story in 10 years and in 20 years.
Wow, that's amazing. It's dope because you guys are essentially have made history and have become a part of Bullet Club's legacy. There's no denying with the emergence of Bullet Club War Dogs. Where does ABC stand in line with the War Dogs? Is there some sort of affiliation, or do you guys not care for them, or are they just not paying mind to them because they're not where you are?
I think everybody's kind of minding their own business right now. Everybody's got a lot going on, within themselves. The call hasn't really been made for any sort of, what's the word? Any sort of, there's not been a group meeting in a long time. Let's put it that way.
Oh, fair enough.
And yeah.
So I'm guessing if you see each other, it will be cool, or you're not too sure. You're not sure what the temperature is with them.
Yeah, not really sure. I mean, I feel like they wouldn't really hesitate to come after our throats if they had to. They're very cutthroat.
Yeah.
And if we had to, we would have to do the same. But let's just hope it doesn't come to that. But as of right now, I think we're all kind of just on neutral ground. We're all waving a Bullet Club flag of some sort. Okay, as long as we're all succeeding, let's just keep it that way.
That's all that matters. Something that's been a talking point in the wrestling business in the last few months has been the TNA and the NXT partnership. We've been seeing talent cross over. How do you feel about the potential crossovers that haven't happened yet? And are there any matchups you want, or maybe in terms of single matches or maybe tag team matches?
Oh, there's a ton. I mean, I've built a whole career on being able to get in that ring with anybody. Yeah. And that's always been really big to me is getting in there with anybody. And Chris Bey and I are no stranger to the crossover idea, right? We've always been very strong, again, pillars and foundational pieces of TNA. So whenever TNA needs to send a representative, we've been in that mix every time. I mean, me doing Best of Super Juniors as the only the first and the only X Division champion to ever compete in Best of Super Juniors for New Japan, and then getting recruited into Bullet Club. And so then Chris Bey and I go back over to New Japan for a Super Junior Tag League. You know, we're no stranger to the crossover action. So as soon as NXT wants to see what the best of TNA really looks like, I have a feeling that my phone will ring.
That's dope. Just before we end off, I want to do a few fun, quick fire questions for you. So you can ask a question, and whatever comes to your mind, just please shout it out. So first question: favorite tag team match you've ever had?
That we've ever had? That's definitely tough. We got I got two off the top of my head. I got Ultimate X against Motor City Machine Guns for the tag titles at Rebellion, and I got the finals of Super Junior Tag League against Leo Rush and Yo.
Dream tag opponents, dead or alive?
That's the Hardys.
Favorite city to wrestle in?
Ooh, Philadelphia, I think, maybe.
And last one, what's one word to describe Chris Bey?
Talented.
And one word to describe yourself?
Inevitable.
Lovely. Appreciate us, Ace Austin. Where can people find you, and where can people watch TNA?
TNA is, of course, on Access TV, and we got the TNA Plus app, which has been just improved and enhanced so much. The TNA Plus app is really a one-stop shop for the best of what we have to offer, and it's priced fairly, and I think TNA Plus is definitely the way to go for all your needs.
All right, again, thank you very much, Ace Austin. It's been your boy Delboy for Rest Things. Make sure you guys tuned in. We'll see you guys soon. And hopefully we see Ace Austin in London soon.
Oh yeah.